Hello buddies, good to see you again. How are you doing? Well, I know that a lot of you people out there are fans of the Atlantean Sword from Conan the Barbarian. So in one of my last videos I already presented this Atlantean Sword made by Albion Armorers to you. This is really a beast. Very impressive sword made of high quality steel with the original fittings used in the movie under the supervision of Jody Sampson. Well, this is really a true piece of craftsmanship, and I know that many of you are interested in more affordable versions. So today I want to present you this version made by WINDLASS STEELCRAFT from India. So I think this is a very interesting sword because the blade is also made by carbon steel, so suitable steel for sword blades. You know, in my last video I also presented to you this cheap Chinese copy of the Atlantean, which had a 440C blade, or even 420 steel, so not suitable for sword. So this is a very good steel, and the fittings, as well as in the original sword, both fittings are made of bronze. It's really heavy. The dimensions are very similar to the dimensions of the original Albion Armorers Atlantean Sword. What's different is the runes here are not really engraved. They are more or less, well, like printed. And what's also interesting, I have seen pictures on the internet of the tank design of this WINDLASS STEELCRAFT, and it's a little bit more solid than the cheap Chinese copy. It goes up to here and then it's screwed. It's mounted with a screw, and the pommel is, I think, it's glued up well. I will give you some more impressions on this WINDLASS STEELCRAFT Atlantean Sword. It came in a nice card box. This is the card box of the WINDLASS STEELCRAFT. Really interesting how they did it. They make some descriptions claiming how it's linked to the film Conan the Barbarian. I think this is something about the legal rights regarding the movie with Arnold. What also came with the WINDLASS sword, that's quite nice, is a certificate of authenticity. Looks like this: Conan the Barbarian, museum replicas. And what also came with the sword is a really interesting description: care and use of your windlass blade. And they take a lot of effort to describe what you should do with the sword and what you should avoid, or what you simply should not do with any sword. So quite interesting. I show you a little bit more of the blade. Well, I think therefore I will move the camera a little bit so you can see both of the swords in a better way. Yep. So you see, upper side here, this is the Albion Armorers original. Down here, the WINDLASS STEELCRAFT. Really a nice alternative. I'll adjust the camera again so that we can have a closer look. Okay, here you see the fittings, the sea dragons. I don't know if the camera catches the feelings of the sword, but you can feel that this is the original due to the really nicely done engravings. This is really craftsmanship. I mean, this is also nice. What you see here, it has some words. Windlass made in India in the corporate design stamp. So you can like this or not. Well, the blade. Okay. I think that the windlass is very interesting for modifications. For instance, if you're thinking of sharpening the blade, this is not sharpened. The cutting edge is about 1 millimeter, and I think you can even get it in a sharpened way, but this is easy to sharpen and then use it for cutting tests. I think nobody or hardly anybody would use Albion armorers for cutting tests. In fact, I have seen one guy with a YouTube clip, who has used the original Albion armorers for cutting, and this was really impressive. I don't know if you have seen the same vid. It's just a 1-minute clip where somebody uses the Albion for a tatami test. This one you could use. I've seen one guy who modded his Windlass Steelcraft in a way that he glued the pommel a little bit better to avoid flying away, because the tang is screwed, but not the pommel. The pommel itself is just glued up here. The fittings are massive, so overall a really nice alternative if you're willing to pay about $300 or such compared to $3,000. Yeah, it's interesting. Of course, the Albion is the originals. Have a nice day.